All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier self hypnosis coach and your personal guide. So, as I was preparing for today's pod, and of course, when I talk about preparing, essentially, it's just allowing the stillness to prompt me to guide me towards what is today's topic for the pod. Uh, it was literally like a no-brainer. This weekend is there's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of reunions that are happening, and it's interesting. As I was finally getting ready for the last chunk of um, like reflecting back on the day and of course what this weekend means. Um, it actually reminded me of earlier this year when there was like a whole spate of reunions that we did. It was the beginning of this year, and what's interesting is that a lot of my reel making journey, in fact, it began literally on uh, the the last week of Feb. So, especially if you are a regular viewer and if you've been following my content now for some time, if you go back in time, you'll notice that my reels actually started getting made during this trip, which happened in Feb of this year, which is, I'm talking about 2023 at the time of recording. Why am I saying all of this? Because I find it very fascinating, especially if you are if you make time to have reunions, and especially as adults, it really does take effort, presence, and it's about you wanting to be there, to be in that space. And for me personally, I definitely, I'm reminded of it's like I see my life in flashes, and like, especially as digital coaches, we always talk about the emotional bridge. As a fellow digital coach, I know you know what that means, because when we're talking about emotional bridges, this is basically that link between who we are and who we were, right? And if you've walked the journey like me, you know that who you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago versus who you've become today. There's definitely, it's like literally different avatars, as they call in the West, that we've been. And as fellow travelers, we know that this is just the beginning. There's a lot more to come. So I thought, it's so fitting to actually reflect on today, on what um, you know reunions or nostalgia means. And I guess, probably I'm still sounding a little pensive because it's just given me more reason to reflect, right? And in the work that we do, reflection is definitely a large part because we are working with people and we are helping them on their journey, just as we are helping ourselves on our own, whether you call it spiritual journey, whether you call it um, journey of self. So yeah, I guess I'm not going to be giving you any message here. It's just a moment for me to reflect, and literally, like, I've stepped away from the party that's happening, and I thought, let me just take a moment and come and say hello to you, and tell you that even in the context of creating content, like for me, this is a reminder that I really do value the opportunity, and somewhere I feel that there's something inside of me which I cannot really put my finger on, that makes me want to keep coming back and sharing with you every single day, like a journey, like a diary, a reflection of my life. And I'm sure somewhere in there, it'll help you on your journey as well. And of course, if you've been listening all this while on this pod, and even if you've been, following my pods now for a while, I'd love to hear from you. Do drop a comment, and if there's any way in which I can help you, just let me know. And of course, as always, I will be back for another pod tomorrow. So just wanted to, to let you know, as a digital coach, this is a journey which is fascinating. It's a lot of fun, a lot of discovery, and the more we continue to make that self discovery, the more we will have to be able to offer our clients. So I want to wish you once again on your journey. And if yeah, I guess that's basically it. We will be back again. Definitely look forward to seeing you, and of course, as always, remember to live with purpose. See you in the next one.